what colonial knowledge, how we can actually define it and how we can recognize it within a classroom setting. So who is the traditional knowing subject? Where is the traditional place of knowledge? And when is traditional colonial knowledge actually created? And how can we recognize those key points and then, or in order to then in some way struggle against them or change them or transform them?
I mean, I come from south of India, and the maps that we were shown in the classroom of independent India with the neat borders is not problematized, it is taken as a fact. So the same map, how India is positioned, Europe is in the center. So again, building on all the decolonial scholars, how we think of space and how we think of time. The question of where am I, where are we today, here? Where are we sitting? Yeah, these pillars and the materiality of what wealth was stolen, what knowledges were silenced to build universities, to build the schools all over the world. It's not only in Europe. I studied in a French missionary school. We were taught by those who were trained there, but not originally Europeans, but they taught us English with an accent that was not European, but we still had to learn English as a language. So again, the language politics of when we are entering the classroom, what accents, what histories, what knowledges are silenced, and what are we asked to become? What citizens are we asked to become through the maps that we are shown, through the theories that we are given, and to recognize that this comes from a very specific time and place in history that was centering the white male heterosexual subject. Language, maps, our sense of where am I, who am I in relation to when and where am I. We are told that time is also seen as a linear progress, leaving all backward knowledges to just progress to where we don't know, but progress of civilization that is causing a lot of violence as we are witnessing genocide and wars all over the world. So.
And what practical methodologies can we use within those spaces to challenge these power dynamics and to resist them in some way?
At least for me, I see myself that I am here. I'm not attached to the university in its current form. I'm here to work towards ending it. So that is the longer vision. And yes, in the shorter vision, the question is how are we carrying ourselves when we enter the space? As an educator and as a student, as a mother, as a colonized subject, our bodies have not been welcome in this space. So there are both endless possibilities and a lot of limitations when I'm entering the classroom. In terms of this classroom already was not meant for my body to be here, to be teaching. So those power relations, and just by being, like many Black feminist scholarships, just by being, we are radically transforming the university, just by being present. Then the question of, again, resources, and like Fred Moten and some other scholars say, we are not here for the project of enlightenment. So when you are here, what narratives are you reproducing? And I think we underestimate the possibility of conversations in terms of, and I have been part of movements where we simply opened the classroom, and Clelia is also doing that, to all the knowledges that are coming who are not yet welcome as citizens in the countries where we are working, right? Yeah, so just by opening up the classroom and redistributing the resources to those who are not welcome by the state is also a very important tool. And then the question of translation, and how do we then have whispering corners or other ways, because we don't want to speak the same language, but at the same time we do want to build knowledges from the cracks, from the corners, and also to steal the resources. Like one of the students from the audience who mentioned that our resources have been moving, and it's also important to redistribute funding resources to those who are not getting access to this space. Access to education, but also who is teaching, what is being taught, and how. So I see that sometimes, yes, you can include scholarship from non-white scholars and others, but at the same time, how it's being taught can also press and control rather than to liberate and emancipate